Hey, what's up? Storytime video, sad video, triggering video, I don't know. Time to have a talk. So, hi. Grab your drinks and your popcorn and some tissues. I didn't even bring my tissues, so I can't cry. How fun is that going to be? So, what's new, everybody? You think by now I'd be prepared, but no. I'm never prepared. I'm not prepared for things. Never. So, it's been a busy weekend for me. My concert was Thursday. I probably could go on a whole rant about that. How socially awkward I am, and yeah. I have so much trouble with it, it sucks. I know, it's not good. Let's see. No. Never find what I wanted. But I did it. I went and I did my VIP and I was the final girl. I was the last girl in line. I had nobody there with me. I wanted to run out the door. I left the house in my jeans and my t-shirt. And didn't think about what t-shirt I was grabbing, so I grabbed a worn doll shirt. Oops. So I ditched the shirt at the concert, or at the venue, and changed into what I was going to wear for the VIP photo. Yes, I did. I did that. But I didn't, I should have, fallen on the floor and done, I'm not worthy. You know, Wayne's World, you probably don't remember. Anyway, I didn't. I felt awkward. They were all silent. I was silent. It was a big silent party. I don't know, it was weird. Couldn't stay, had to leave early because my sister's ride was outside before the concert even ended. So, yeah. It wasn't fun. Oh geez, no, stop. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to find an article about what I want to talk about. But you can hear the children. Okay. There we go. Ugh. Ooh, top stories of 2014. Number 8. So this story is going to be called my 20-year Columbine gun violence loss story. Kind of what set me off into my depression and where I was at the time mentally. So way back in the day, there was a cute, adorable little boy, and it was my mom's friend Mary, and she had a beautiful little boy, and he was adorable. And his name was Christian. And no one knew it, but he had, what did he have? He had some kind of psychosis. Not split personality. What did he have? He had I can't remember. Something bad. But no one knew he had it. And he was bullied and he was picked on, and for the longest time I thought for sure that he was gonna go off on school. Well, he didn't. he actually killed his mom. And she was my mom's best friend. And I'm already crying. Okay, great. This is going to be a great video. So, he was 13 at the time. Him and his friend got grounded or something. He got grounded and he got mad and he shot her. He waited for her to come home and shot her. And I was like, there's no way he did it. No way. No. But he did. And I stayed out of contact with him, and then 2014, he was on Facebook. He had a whole bunch of guns. Of course, he's not supposed to have guns. He'd been out of the psych ward, or out of the hospital for like a couple of years. And that's him right there with a bunch of guns. The guns that he's not supposed to have. And apparently, he had a whole bunch of, like, I don't know, he just was gonna, oh, there, he had a mass amount of guns in his room. And that was 2014 that he did this, that I kind of fell back in touch with him through Facebook. So, anyways, at 13, he killed his mom, who was my mom's best friend. And my mom was already struggling with the loss of her niece. I believe my cousin passed. So my mom was already struggling with that. She was struggling with a divorce. I was struggling with a crappy marriage. Yeah. So, 1996, he was 13, 14 when this happened, when he killed his mom. In Watertown, Minnesota. 3 years later, Columbine happens. And that was on April 20th. So, it was kind of messed up because Ryan, not my husband, but Ryan, my ex who was living with us, was, they had trench coats. And so we couldn't go anywhere because everybody would look at us and give us funny looks. And, so if you were goth or even just wore a trench coat back then, you got double the looks for that. And it sucked. It was just like, bleh. So, that happened. Sorry, we have visitors. Hey. Hi. I'm trying to tell a dramatic story. Hey, you. Hi. I'm trying to tell a dramatic story. It's story time. It's story time, baby. What are you doing? It's story time. Okay, back to sad, pathetic story time. So, a month after that, after the Columbine thing, my mom came down with the flu, or kind of like flu-like symptoms. And it scared me, because I wasn't prepared to, lose my mom. She had been through a divorce. I was having trouble with my marriage. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't get diagnosed until later, but I had depression and ADHD issues, and I never knew that. I just knew there was something wrong. So a month later, she just wasn't feeling good, had the flu, went to the doctor. Hi! Went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, oh, you're fine, and sent her home. So, she wasn't feeling good, and I had a fight with her. I got mad, and she gave me a hug and said, you know, you're gonna regret that if you fight with me. And I'm like, well, you know, nothing can happen to you because, you know, I don't know what I would do. And she had a flight the next day, or not the next day, but the next week she had a flight to go see my sisters. And I laughed it off and said, well, you know, if something happens, I'll just fly your ashes on the plane. And she'd eaten a sandwich, and she joked about the sandwich, and she was like, if something happens to me, make sure they test the sandwich. Make sure that's not what happened. Ha. Funny, right? And, you know, she hugged me. And the next day I went to work, and I came home, and she wasn't feeling good still. Now, it was also the premiere of Star Wars New Hope, and I wanted to go. And it was payday, and so I sat down trying to figure out the money in the checkbook or something, and she didn't want to talk to me, because I was like, you know, I don't know how much, because I paid rent, and I didn't know how much to give her, and I was trying to figure that out, and so I yelled at her, and I slammed her bedroom door shut, and I went in the bathroom to go take a shower, and I put the clothes down, and I thought to myself, I need to apologize. And she was gone. Like, just nothing we could do. And, you know, I freaked out, called the ambulance, called 911, called my husband and everybody, screaming at them upstairs, trying to get their attention. I knew she was gone. And, so, ironically, we have a clock. We had a clock up on the mantle, and the clock stopped at the time of her death. And that clock never did work again. It didn't work. It, like, would always stop at the same time, the same spot every time. It never worked. It always stopped at that time of death. So, of course, I flipped out, blamed the hospital, you know, blamed the doctor who had just lost three of his sons. He was practicing medicine when he had suffered this loss, and I was like, why was he, you know, why was he doing medicine if he was, himself had a tragedy? And, so I blamed the doctor, and I'm sure it wasn't the doctor's fault. You know, they had to run blood tests and stuff, and I'm sure they didn't know. There's no way to know. My mom didn't want to go in. So, you know. But yeah, that was this day 20 years ago. Not this day, because it's coming up in about a month. Little under a month. That I had suffered this horrible loss. And I lost myself, and I lost my mind, and I survived it, because here I am. I don't know how I survived, but I did. So, you know, strength, and I shouldn't have put on mascara, and I did. So, I managed to somehow get by. And we had a little shitty apartment afterwards, and things just weren't good, and I ran away. I went to live with my sister. I went to my sister's house, and ended up moving to Fargo. And, yeah. I don't know, I thought I dealt with it. You know, you try to deal with things, and then they pop up again, and, thanks to Richie, thanks to Social Repose, going into therapy, I was like, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it. Maybe I should go that route and see what I can do to, like, figure out what's going on with me, because I still didn't know what was wrong. I knew there was something wrong, but I had no idea what. So, I went for a little while, but I couldn't really afford to stay in therapy, so. But they kind of diagnosed ADHD and generalized anxiety, and I have a video that I talk about it. The I dyed my hair blue video. We're having things fall all over us. What are you doing? You trying to make me feel better? Thank you. My pets have been a big thing for me. My pets have been awesome. But I moved on, and I struggled, but I just kept going, one foot in front of the other. You know, I've never been great with people, never been great with friends. Couldn't have children, struggled with infertility, struggled with depression. So now, 20 years later, I'm going to go back. I'm going back to Bismarck. Because it just so happens that Hailstorm and Palais Royale and Bistro Blanco are going to be having a concert there on May 5th. Rem's birthday. But it was the town that I said I would never go back to, and here I am going back to that town. And, you know, they like to post on Twitter about how they consider people family and everything, and they care about what happens to us, and I'm all like, are you sure you want to say that? Because here I come back to town, the place I ran away from, because I had a horrible tragedy. Not a horrible, it wasn't a horrible tragedy, but to me it was. Kitty, are you okay? Kitty, kitty, we have another kitty, guys. What? So, be prepared, I'm going to cry on their shirts. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to, like, start sobbing. But it is going to be hard to go back. It's going to be very emotional and weird. But I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to try and have a good time. You know, it's been long enough where I should be over it. Not over it, but I should be, like, a little less emotional. And it's just hard because I got divorced. My ex-husband still lives there. I don't want to run into him. Can you imagine if I run into my ex-husband? I sure hope I don't. It's just weird. But I'm going with my best friend, and we're going to hook up with our other best friend, and it's going to be fun. So don't let people tell you, you know, just to get over it, because you don't. You don't ever just get over something. It just doesn't work like that. You can't just get over things. Yeah. But I need to do it. I need to go back. I'm going to see my favorite people in the whole wide world. Hailstorm's good too. Bistro Blanco, Alice Cooper's daughter, is awesome, so it's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy it. Like I said, this concert, going to Motionless, was really weird because I didn't have anyone to go with me. My sister was late. She got pulled over by a cop on the way here, so she was late. And then we had a ride because she had got a friend to give us a ride there to the venue, and he was like outside the doors, like before the concert was over, and like, you know, I'm outside in the parking lot, and it wasn't even over yet, and I was just like, I didn't get to talk to anybody. I didn't get to like look at the merch stuff really or anything. Like we had to go, and I didn't want to be mean because it was a ride home, so I was like, all right, fine. You know, I wanted to, when I was standing in line, the last girl in line for the VIP, there was a set of doors like right here, and I was like, I could just run out that door and just not do this. But I did it because I always said I was going to do things that I hadn't done before. You know, I always wanted to see like 9 Inch Nails, and always meet them, and I never did. And I was like, you know what? I love this band, and I'm going to go see them and meet them. Even if I don't talk to them. Even if I just stand there like an idiot and be like, yeah, I should have, like, said something, but I didn't. I just was like, hi. You know, I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry that I like, typically froze, and of course I struggle with eye contact, so I wasn't looking at anybody. I was looking, like, straight ahead, which happens to be Chris's chest. I was just, nope, sorry. If you're not eye level with me, you're not going to see my face. You know, and that's embarrassing to say to you guys. It's embarrassing to be like, I have this issue. I mean, Shane Dawson doesn't even leave his house, so at least I'm leaving the house to go do things. I'm just having trouble associating, or not associating, but talking with people. I need a few drinks in me. If I have a couple of drinks in me, I'm fine. Then I'm all like, woo, let's have a fun, let's party. So, I have cat hair everywhere. I'm sad. So yeah, I had a lot of tragedy back then. You know, I love my mom's friend, I love my mom, I love my cousin, and it was just a lot. I was in a crappy marriage. Those were some painful times, and I don't know how I did it, but I did. I got through it. And here I am in a basement with a cat. And Wolfie. Hi, Wolfie. You still need to give him a name, guys. Name my wolf. Now I'm being all gross. Ew. So, alright. There's no real point to this video except to tell you this story time of, like, I don't know, my sad Columbine-related story time thing. My sister is with my other sister. They're working out. We're going to go hang out, hopefully in a little bit. I was supposed to go over there last night, but I was like, I'm just too tired. That concert took a lot out of me. And the thing is, yes, you know, when you have social anxiety and then you go do things and you spend time with people, then you get really drained and really tired from spending time with those people, so then you just want to go home. So, yeah. But I'm looking forward to my concert coming up real quick. And I'm glad I went to the MIW show. And it was Atreyu and Wilson, and they were really good too. Those guys are awesome. And I wanted to meet some people, but no, I did not get to meet some people. What is your deal, mister? Mr. Werewolf. What is going on? Okay. You think you'd be the one drinking. Are you drinking? What have you been drinking? So, this video ramble has probably gone on long enough, and I'm sorry I didn't burst into tears and cry like a maniac. I just don't do that. I cry in private when nobody is looking and I'm not in front of a camera. I am a basket case. I admit it. I constantly say things I shouldn't. Or say things in a way that I shouldn't. Like I always regret. I always double think what I say. I type something and then I'm like, I shouldn't have said that.
Mom?
Yeah, buddy.
Can I play your phone?
Not right now, buddy.
Well,
So.
I want to.
Okay, I'll be up in a minute. The life of a mommy, hiding in the basement. I brought my picture album down because I was going to show off some pictures. I don't know where they are. This is my mommy. That's me. Don't laugh. I used to be very, 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 very skinny and very blonde. Blondish. Alright. There's me, that's me, and JD the dog. Let's see. Here's one for the books. That's ex-roommate Ryan. Who also happens to be my son's grandfather. Yeah, explain that one. I think I've already talked about that though. Oh, there's another one. Severely blonde. I don't know if I have any other photos. There, that's my friend Kat and Ryan, Jackson's biological grandparents. I struggled with that for a long time too. I struggled with that for a long, long time. So, there's that one. Yeah. Grunge rock, anyone? I was grungy. Let's see. This video is going on way too long. Way too long. Here's a fun one. Easter, 1997. Yeah. Ex-hubby and I miss that house. I miss the house we used to live in. I love my house and I thought I would never leave it. And then, yeah. So, that house was awesome. I can show you guys this one. That's my parents right before my wedding. Mom and Dad. So, I actually don't have a relationship with my father. He lives in Oregon and I don't see him. He's come here twice to Fargo and not seen me, which hurts because he has a grandson that he hasn't seen. Yeah, buddy?
I need you.
Okay. I'll be right there. I guess you guys are like sick of me.
Want to play your phone?
Yep. Just hold on, buddy. Alright, guys. I'm gonna go wallow. I'm gonna go spend time with my child. Actually, I should go get a hold of my sisters and be like, hey, what are we doing? Because my sister's going home tomorrow, so. Alright, guys. My story time. I hope you didn't hate it. I hope you actually watched it. And, yeah. Goodbye. Talk to you later.